What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another video, and today we are going to be looking at my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2022. First, I'm going to go ahead and preface this video will come out after some other videos, so maybe some of these movies will have released by the time I'm talking about them, but I have not seen any of these movies at the time of my recording. So it's going to be a little weird when it comes to date and time of movie release versus video release. So some of these may have come out. You may have seen some of these already, but I have not. So here we go. Coming in at number 10 is Thor, Love, and Thunder. So we're going to get another round of Taika Waititi and Marvel. Thor Ragnarok was a huge success. Taika Waititi came in, not only played Korg, but directed Thor Ragnarok and completely changed the character, the trilogy, and the whole tone for Thor in the movies. In Thor 1 and Thor the Dark World, Thor was very Shakespearean, very holier than thou. Taika Waititi came in, realized his movies didn't do as well as all the other ones, and completely changed the narrative. Flipped the script on everybody, brought in a lighter, youthful, comedic tone to Thor Ragnarok, and people loved it. It is one of the most successful Marvel movies and one of the most widely loved Marvel movies. And that's got fans even more excited for a sequel to Thor Ragnarok with Taika Waititi back at the helm, back in the chair, and Chris Hemsworth starring. One of the things I am most excited about the movie is one of my favorite actors, Christian Bale, is set to play the main villain, Gore the God Butcher. I don't know a lot about Gore the God Butcher. I know his look. I'm anxious to see how they're going to do that. But I've always wanted Christian Bale to come back in the world of superheroes after being Batman, the best Batman in my opinion. Now he's here as a villain in an MCU film. I am so excited to see Christian Bale attack this role and see what he does with it. He's one of the best actors, not only of this generation, of all time. One thing I am worried about is my one gripe with Thor Ragnarok is I think it went for every single joke. Every time there was tension, every time there was a big moment, a big action scene, it was immediately cut down with some humor, whether wildly funny or not. I think they went for every single joke, and I think that they could make this movie even better by dialing back on that just a little bit. Keep that light tone, keep the comedy, but it doesn't need to outweigh the other aspects of it. You know, this character is dark. Thor's had bad things happen to him, and it really kind of rubs me the wrong way when they make a mockery out of that just by doing jokes. I love Thor Ragnarok. I hope this movie can still be funny as Thor Ragnarok was, but let those dark tones sit for a little bit before just cutting it down with a joke. But besides that, Chris Hemsworth, Christian Bale, Taika Waititi, Thor Love and Thunder, rumored the Guardians of the Galaxy. I, as a huge MCU fan, cannot wait. Next on the list at number 9 is Black Adam. Black Adam is going to be a prequel essentially to the Shazam movie. Not a prequel about the Shazam character per se, but about the whole aura around Shazam and the wizards and the magic and whatnot. I'm excited. I love Shazam. I think it is the second best, maybe third best if you count the Zack Snyder Justice League cut, but the second best theatrically released DC EU film made, behind Wonder Woman, the first one. The best part about it, contrary to my beliefs about Thor Ragnarok, the best parts of it was that childlike innocence, the youthfulness of it, the way it just felt fun and funny, and Zachary Levi playing a 13-year-old kid just was hilarious, and it worked well, and I loved it. The issue is, every other DCEU film, with the exception of Aquaman, has that dark, gritty nature to it that Zack Snyder created. I, for one, I'm a fan of dark, gritty superhero movies that take real-world ideals and real problems and bring them to light. Shazam doesn't fit into that. My question is, how are they going to do Black Adam? Are they going to keep that youthfulness, that comedic, that fun aspect of it? Are they going to go darker? And even with the casting, I'm not sure. You got Dwayne Johnson, who can play a big, brooding action star and also can be a fun idiot in movies like Central Intelligence. Like, he can have fun, he can laugh, but he can also be really, really brooding and in your face. So I really don't know where they're going with this. It's got me excited. My guess was that they're going to keep the comedic aspect to it, just to stay as far away from Zack Snyder as possible. DC seems to want nothing to do with Zack Snyder. They don't like his view on what he wants to do to the DCEU. So in my opinion, they'll probably keep it a little lighter in order to just contrast crazily from what Zack Snyder would have done if he were at the helm of this movie. Coming in at number 8 is Lightyear. Lightyear will star Chris Evans as the original Buzz Lightyear. In the Toy Story universe, apparently, Buzz Lightyear the toy, played by Tim Allen, is actually based off an astronaut in that story's real life, in that movie's real life. So we're going to get the story of the person that the Buzz Lightyear action figure is based upon. Chris Evans will be voicing that, and I'm pretty excited. I'm a big Pixar guy. I love Pixar movies. I think they do a great job. I think even their mediocre movies look bad just because of how good their highs are. Pixar pumps out good movies every year, beautifully done, beautifully storied, beautiful looking. It's amazing, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this one, attacking outer space like WALL-E, attacking the story of someone that we don't know. All we know is a toy version of them, where it's a whole new character, essentially, just with the look of somebody that we know. I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't think it's going to be like Toy Story when it comes to the whole vibe of the movie. I can't imagine that just because it's not Toy Story. It's not a toy. He's a real person. I think it's going to be a little more down to earth, if you will. A lot more personal character stories, a character study of Buzz Lightyear versus a fun, light movie. Obviously, it's Pixar. It's going to be for kids. But I think it's going to tackle a lot of real world stuff and create a character that was so good and did something so grand that they made a whole toy line after him. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. And we'll see if Chris Evans can truly take this character to infinity and beyond. Coming in at number 7 is The Flash. We are finally going to get a live action Flashpoint Paradox movie, and I am beyond excited. For those of y'all who don't know, Flashpoint Paradox is a comic story where Barry Allen goes back in time to save his mom. Obviously, he comes back to the future, and that has screwed everything up. And I'm super excited to see what they do with this. I am a huge fan of the Flash character. I thought in the Justice League, if you will, Joss Whedon's Justice League, he was the best part of that movie. And then when the Zack Snyder Justice League came out, he was the best part of that movie and was better than he was in the Justice League versus the Justice League. Ezra Miller did a phenomenal job with the character. I'm a fan of Grant Gustin's character on the CW TV show. I love The Flash. I'm a big Flash fan, and this is a story that I've wanted to see done well. The Flash TV show did it all right, not phenomenally. I really hope they get this one right, and I think that they will. Now, the biggest teaser from the trailer is Michael Keaton back. Michael Keaton, 1989, played Batman in one of the best Batman movies to date. And there are rumors that he will be back reprising his role in the Flash movie. I'm excited. That sounds phenomenal to me. And I think that's the route they're going to go, especially with Spider-Man No Way Home and its success, and it's tapping into that nostalgia of prior movies and bringing generations of fans together. And when DC sees that success, I can't imagine they'll go another way. They teased it. I think they'll do it. I think he'll play a big part in the film. I don't think it'll be a cameo. But to see Keaton back in the black and yellow rubber is exciting. And if it's true, I don't know. But we won't be able to find out until November 4th. Coming in at number 6 on my list is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I am super eager to follow up all the multiversal catastrophes that we saw in shows like Loki and WandaVision at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. A lot of the MCU projects that we have seen as of late have showed us that this world we have come to love is bigger than we thought and falling apart. And to see this culmination of all of it, to see how Doctor Strange can fix these issues, is exciting. Rumors circling this film is insane. Rumors of the most amount of Marvel characters ever seen on screen in one movie. We've seen Endgame, we've seen Infinity War, and they're going to try and top that with the amount of characters. That's exciting and scary. Now, I trust Marvel. Every time I think something won't work, it does. I wasn't excited for Shang-Chi. I didn't think a Kung Fu MCU movie could work. It did. It was great. Eternals had no real appeal to me. I watched it. It was good. Marvel keeps pumping out things that I don't believe in and still making them good. This is a scary thing, trying to have all these characters in. Now, when you watch the trailer, you hear Patrick Stewart's Professor X voice. What are they going to do with the X-Men and mutants? Are they going to come in? It could be huge, and they could screw it up. There's a lot that can go wrong trying to get that big. But I trust Marvel, and I think that they can do it. I think they have a plan, and I think it'll be done properly, and that's got me even more excited. I'm also excited to see Sam Raimi back in the chair for a superhero movie. Sam Raimi very obviously directed Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's trilogy. He'll be directing this film, and I think it works. The rumors of it being sort of horror-based work. Sam Raimi is a renowned horror film director. He's also directed very good superhero movies. So I think if they're going for that dark and twisted superhero movie, Sam Raimi's a great choice. And I can't wait to see him flex his horror chops in the MCU. I think it's time to get a little diversity in the genre of film inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm excited to see Sam Raimi and whatever Kevin Feige has constructed for this movie. It's going to be insane. It's going to be big. And I can't wait. Coming in at number 5 is the long-awaited Avatar 2. James Cameron is finally giving us Avatar 2 13 years after he made, quite literally, the biggest movie of all time. Avatar rolled in a whopping $2.86 billion in 2009, some of it in 2019 because James Cameron couldn't stand to lose to the MCU, but that's another story. But this is literally the biggest movie of all time, and people have wanted a sequel for 13 years. They were promised a sequel for 13 years, and it's finally here. I have no clue where this movie is going to go. The last time we saw Jake Sully, he had just transferred his mind and soul into the body of a 10-foot blue alien. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, yes, that is true. And yeah, it works. But I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, I know that Jake Sully and Zoe Saldana's character have a future. I don't know what that is. He transformed into an avatar, into a Na'vi, to be with her. And I hope that's where it follows. I know the world of Pandora is massive. It's huge. We may not be getting a Jake Sully story. It could be some complete other person we have never heard of in this world, but I'm excited. James Cameron is an insanely reliable filmmaker. He makes a lot of good movies and a lot of great movies. You talk about Titanic, Avatar, great movies. And I trust him on this one. I am sure that by the end of the year, we are going to get another grand adventure in Pandora with the Na'vi. Whether that be with Jake Sully or not, I don't know. Only James Cameron knows. And to say I'm excited is an understatement. In 4th place on the most anticipated movies of 2022 is Death on the Nile. Murder on the Orient Express. A movie I never in a million years thought we would get a sequel to. But here we are. Kenneth Branagh was amazing in the original movie in Murder on the Orient Express. His character of Hercule Poirot was so fun to watch him pick apart this murder mystery and figure out who done it, in a sense. I'm excited for the next film. I didn't think we were going to get another film. I didn't think we were going to get another story with Kenneth Branagh's character, but I am glad that we are. The thing that has me the most excited for this movie has got to be the cast. I mean, you've got Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, Russell Brand, Letitia Wright, Ridley Scott, and not to mention Kenneth Branagh. This is a cast of A-listers who are all here together to create another whodunit mystery. I mean, these guys have some serious chops, and I cannot wait to see them play off of one another and really dive into these characters and show us what motivated the killer to do what they need to do. Who's scared? Who needs the protection? These people have the ability to pull this off. And a good murder mystery relies on the characters. And with these actors, these characters are going to be insane. And that is the biggest reason why I'm excited for the follow-up to the 2017 film. Death on the Nile is going to be a wild, wild ride. Before we get to our top 3, let me know down below what you're most excited about to watch this year. It may not be what I think, but we're all entitled to our own list. You have the movies you like, I have the movies I like. So let me know down below what movies you're excited to see this year, what I should check out. But now let's get into my top 3 most anticipated movies of 2022. Coming in third place for my excitingness level is Uncharted. Uncharted 4 is one of my favorite video games of all time. The iconic character of Nathan Drake is finally being brought to the big screen by one of the most famous people on the planet right now, in Tom Holland. Not to mention the huge name of Mark Wahlberg that'll be playing aside him, playing Nathan Drake's older companion and best friend Victor Sullivan, or Sully if you've played the games. Like, are you kidding me? Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg in a movie together we haven't seen before, and I'm beyond excited for it. These are two great actors that I love watching, that I will go see movies just because they're in it. And now they're in a movie about a video game I love, about two characters I love, and two actors that I really, really want to watch. It doesn't get better than that. I think pairing a young Tom Holland with older veteran actors has been really, really good for him throughout his career. He plays super well off them, like Jake Gyllenhaal in Spider-Man Far From Home, and then Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts in The Impossible. He really has good chemistry with these older veteran actors. And I think that Mark Wahlberg playing someone that not only shows Nathan Drake the way in how to become this international treasure hunter, but also being in a world where Mark Wahlberg is showing Tom Holland how to go and how to become a better actor. I think that dynamic is going to be great, and I cannot wait to see it. And I can't wait to see this character finally brought to the silver screen. Number 2 on my list is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in 2018 was groundbreaking. At the time, in my opinion, was the best Spider-Man movie made at that point in time. My opinion has changed when it comes to No Way Home, but that's for another day. They're finally making a sequel. Everyone's wanted a sequel. An animated film that became one of the biggest superhero movies of all time was unheard of. And they've made us wait 4 years for a sequel, but it's finally here. Reprising their roles as Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen are Shameik Moore and Haley Steinfeld, who are phenomenal voice actors who did a phenomenal job on the last film. One of the best parts of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was their chemistry between one another. And you could feel that even in anime movies where all you had was their voice. Not to mention that coming in to play, I don't know, the protagonist or the antagonist, we're not sure yet, is Oscar Isaac to voice Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man from the future. Oscar Isaac is a huge name, a household name now after, movies like Star Wars and then Dune, which was phenomenal. He's a big name, and he's coming in to even boost what was already a phenomenal and set franchise that we know was going to get a trilogy. And here's the second part in that trilogy. I cannot wait for this sequel, and I hope that they can build on what was arguably one of the most monumental movies in animation history and superhero movie history in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And now, number 1 on my list, the movie I am most excited for in 2022, without a doubt, no question, is The Batman. The Bat is finally back. The Caped Crusader will be getting yet another reboot, and it's safe to say I have not been this excited about a Batman movie since The Dark Knight Rises. The Batman character is infamous for having a multitude of actors portray him over the years, but I really think that this one could be the best one yet. Robert Pattinson is going to be the new Bruce Wayne. Look, I get it. that stupid, moody vampire from the Twilight series, which sucked. I get it. But Robert Pattinson has come back acting in the last 3 to 4 years and has done some phenomenal stuff. I mean, his work has been insane in stuff like The Devil All the Time, Tenet. I don't know what The Lighthouse was, but go watch it. It was insane. It was phenomenal, and he's great in it. Robert Pattinson has changed who he is. He is no longer Edward Cullen. He's Robert Pattinson, A-list actor. I'm 20 years old. I'm the perfect age for Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. I've seen all of them so many times. Christian Bale is my Batman. He's the greatest Batman of all time, and that is my opinion. I really think Robert Pattinson has a chance to top that, and top that by far. I'm a huge fan of dark, gritty, real-life superhero films versus the fluffy, light, playful, comedic ones. And this one looks nothing but dark, and I'm so excited. When it comes to dark, they brought in the right guy. Director Matt Reeves also directed one of the best dark, twisted, psychological thrillers of all time in Seven. Matt Reeves directed Seven. He's now directing The Batman. And he's going to bring that psychological, edge-of-your-seat horror aspect of film to a dark and twisted character that is Batman. The Riddler, our main villain, is psychotic. And you're finally going to see that. Batman is psychotic. And I think we're finally going to see that because they brought in a director that wants to do it, has the balls to do it, and can do it right. Test screen audience were shown a 3.5 hour R-rated cut of the film, which sounds amazing. They did cut it down to 2:55 for the theatrical release, but has also brought it back to PG-13, which surprises me, especially after the success of the R-rated The Suicide Squad. Doesn't make a lot of sense as to why they would want this one to be more family friendly. I don't know if family friendly is the right word, but getting it to PG-13 opens it up to more audiences. I hope that doesn't damage it. I think that having an R rating allows you to go as dark as you want, to show things you can't show in a PG-13 movie, to make comments and show visuals that really drive these psychotic points home that you can't do in a PG-13 movie. But I am still excited. I think that they can get it done. I hope that they can get it done more than anything. But I am confident. I'm confident in Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson. I'm really excited. I want to see it right now, but I can't. I'm going to see it on opening day, which is next week. I cannot wait. I think the duo of Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson can get it done. I think they have a chance to not only make this Batman the Batman of this generation, but maybe of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you agree with this list, if you don't, what your list is. No, my list is not the perfect list. It may not be the right list. It's just mine, and we're all allowed to have our own. So let me know what you think. What are you excited for? I will be doing a review on all these movies as they come out because I am excited for them. I want to talk about them. So I can't wait. Let's watch all of them. We're going to talk about all of them. Let me know what you guys think down below. With that being said, I'm Turner. Thanks for talking movies with me, and peace.